JFK. Directed by Oliver Stone, starring Kevin Costner and a whole range of top-notch actors which would take too long to mention in this review. Being only 26 years old and not being part of my lifetime, I've been fascinated and devastated by the assassination of John F. Kennedy, for what I would say has been shrouded in mystery. I've watched numerous documentaries and the Zapruder film of the assassination, and I easily think there was some sort of planned government assassination attempt on JFK's life. I'm not going to show the disturbing footage of the tragic event, but just from the footage alone, you can see that there are at least two different shooters due to the direction of JFK's movement of being hit from each bullet. Plus in the film it does explain the very silly magic bullet theory. The film itself delivers and near enough answers these solid questions. Was Lee Harvey Oswald a patsy set up for the assassination? Were there two shooters? And what was the motive for killing Kennedy? Oliver Stone's direction has thoroughly delivered his point of view across, describing the aftermath of the JFK assassination, and has answered many questions that I had been pondering, and has brought many other questions to light. This is definitely a dramatic movie, but the film delivers information through this format as if it was a documentary, handing you bits of factual information as the film goes along and developments that possibly could have been linked to the assassination. Gary Oldman. He plays the role of the assassin Lee Harvey Oswald. He brings a presence to the character which could be seen as unstable, but yet affectionate to the mention of JFK himself. This is provided as mentionable evidence within the film, but also could be a ploy by the movie to convince us that Lee Harvey Oswald was not the shooter. This is only crumbs though to the sheer amount of evidence brought up within this film, and you're asking yourself, did he or didn't he? Kevin Costner. The late 80s through to the end of the 90s and a bit further was a special time for Kevin Costner. Many hit films across the board and a couple of flops, yet entertaining films. JFK was unfortunately one of those films that I had missed until now. Kevin Costner's performance of real-life Jim Garrison, I would like to say, is career-defining. And through Kevin Costner, you can see that there is this caring nature for his family, but his passion for solving the assassination of JFK takes over. This film, without knowing it, is quite a strong psychological thriller, and there are points where you feel like there is nowhere Jim Garrison can go. People start to turn on you, pick on your family, and soon enough the government is taking a turn. But this keeps you asking for more, and it traps you in a conspiracy seeking for truth, and I for one will be looking forward to hearing about the released CIA files in 2029 about JFK. I am sure the full story will never be told, but JFK gives you a great representation of the events that happened that day. You have to remember, it is still a movie, and it's here for your interest and entertainment into the investigation. Yes, the film does skip over bits of information which it cannot highlight, but there is only so much that this film can show and legally show, and this is more so a journey through the eyes of Jim Garrison and a few surrounding events that link into his investigation. With a great narrative that blends into the concluding events, this film will keep you focused on the larger picture of the JFK story. Overall, this film is a tremendous achievement. I haven't been this astounded by a film since watching Interstellar. I love a drama with a strong and stable narrative that keeps you hooked from the start to finish and builds on the historic pressure of creating a near enough insight into the investigation of the assassination of JFK. I give JFK the very first 5 out of 5 stars. Unmissable. It's a film that will hold you until the very end. It's undeniably a historic film of the many historically sad days in human history, but greatly shows one man's struggle to find the truth. This is Peter Wilson, and this is my review of JFK.